Hi, everybody. I'm Mihaela Stroe, and I'm so happy and delighted to welcome to this special interview, the first time interview, my good friend, and believe me, Adolfo, I would like to pronounce your name in my way, and please say it again if I make some mistakes because I like to be accurate with the names. So, uh, Adolfo, I will call you Adolfo because it's very easy, but Galán González.
That's okay. Yes, normally it's the set is a bit difficult, I would say. Galán González,
You see,
but even people here don't say it like that. Huh?
yeah. So I love your accent, and that's why I wanted to you to present your name because I'm still learning Spanish, you know. From our last meeting in Valencia. At the beginning of our interview, I want to set the scene because it's very important for people to know who you are and why we are together here today. So I'm so grateful and that we are, let's say, good friends and partners in nonverbal communications and sharing a lot of experiences together, Adolfo. And besides that, you wear, as you present yourself on the LinkedIn, two very powerful hats, which I believe they make you unique in your way because you combine both corporate experience and also interpersonal communication, which is our common area of expertise. And you have a rich background. You have worked more than 25 years with a lot of industries. Maybe in the future we will go into details about your experience, but I want to stress that you have like academic record that includes MBA, a degree in industrial engineering, and of course you are communication coach and lecturer and trainer as well as I am, and you are well known for your clients, for your commitment, for communication skills, and also strategic mindset, which I believe, Adolfo, is very important nowadays. So, congratulations for all your hats. And
Thank you.
today, why we are here? We are here because, as experts in nonverbal communication, we will stress the importance of face to face communication. And we will focus on this in other interviews. We will bring other topics, but this is our main concern nowadays. So I have not one, the first curiosity that I invite you to join me, Adolfo. Because we are living in an increasing digital world, and you feel it as well. Why do you think, from your experience, face-to-face interactions remain and will remain essential for building trust and also authentic human connection?
That's a good one. That's a good one, Mihaela. Uh, I I find two reasons that two answers to that question. First one is since I last year I was still working in Accenture as a partner, and we were talking a lot already about deep fakes. Now with AI, with the evolution of AI that is being gigantic, and it has not stopped evolving. So my perception is more and more is going to be very difficult to trust if the person on the other side of the screen is real the person that you are seeing. I can anticipate that the cybersecurity companies will work hard and will sell us products like we now buy antivirus software for our laptop. Then we will buy anti-deepfake software for our laptop to really be sure that the person on the other side is my brother, my sister, my partner, because Now the quality of the technology is so high that it's really doubtful. So that is one thing. But the other thing that is even more important for me is that, well, you and I, we are into non-verbals, and we know that spoken language or even written language is only very recent in the evolution of human history. We have been millennia relating to each other through non-verbal communication. And one of the senses that is very forgotten normally is touch, and is probably the most powerful one, and we can only do this when we are close. We can shake hands, we can put the hand on the elbow, we can put the hand on the shoulder, we can give a hug. This can only happen in real life, in face-to-face situations. So I think that is
Yeah,
paramount for human happiness. I know there are plenty of studies of babies that if they were not touched, they went mad, completely mad and antisocial, and uh, many of them died because they didn't have touch. They have food, but they didn't have touch. So so yeah, I would say these are the two main reasons for me at this point.
yeah. I have a real life example from this weekend, because I always like in my interviews to give real examples that I experienced.
Uh-huh.
Um, 2 years ago, I met in a similar conference like the one that I have been this weekend in Bucharest about longevity. I have met a very important medical doctor who is American and has a lot of clinics for curing cancer around the world, especially in Mexico.
Okay.
And I remember that's why when you were explaining your reasons, I remembered him because 2 years ago, when I went to buy his book and to give a signature as an author, he hugged me and we had a long hug, like longer than usual according to the studies.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt his energy, positive energy. And then I read his book and I understood why I felt that energy, because he
Okay.
very faith, he's believing in God, and he's a believer in universe and in God. And anyway, very good energy. This year, he was on the agenda, but he wasn't present. He gave a lecture about his latest discoveries in his research
Uh-huh.
online.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I met him face to face, when I saw him on the big screen of the conference, I knew who he was. But you know that I missed him. I missed his positive energy
Yeah.
because on the Zoom, because he was making a Zoom transmission, and I don't want to say that it was a bad
No,
connection.
no,
It was,
it's good. It's good. We didn't have it 10 years ago or 15 years ago. We didn't have it, and that's a huge advantage to be able to see people through the
yeah,
screen. That's great. But I agree
and
with you. There is some energy that is not there.
he is very, believe me, very good speaker. Doesn't matter online or offline,
Uh-huh.
but that hug, I will remember it for the rest of my life, Adolfo,
I believe that. I believe
because it
that.
was from the heart, was
I,
from the heart.
I have own memories. Maybe I share them with you some point about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I strongly agree with what you have said. That's why I give this example, because I acknowledge this weekend how important it is to be face to face. So
Yeah.
I went to the conference. I went by myself. I mean, driving a lot
Okay.
of kilometers to be present in Bucharest.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I encourage this stuff. Now, my second curiosity is from your experience, because you are also expert in interpersonal communication, like I am in nonverbals. That's why I make this question. What role do you believe, Adolfo, does nonverbal communication play in what I call the first 7 seconds of face-to-face meeting?
Yeah, yeah. You and I, we know what you are talking about. Let me share now with the audience. Uh, yeah, I don't know if it is 7 seconds. I have read different figures, but definitely in the first milliseconds, seconds, whatever, in the really first moment you meet another person is crucial, and it's coming from evolutionary reasoning. Because as we were saying before, it's only recently that we talk, and the brain that we have, the structure and the way of functioning of the brain that we have is the same that we had 200,000 years ago. Same one, same design, same, and that brain was designed for a different environment. And in that brain, this brain is composed by different layers. There is the reptilian brain. On top of it is the limbic brain. Then on top of it is neocortex. I always say the one more in command, the one less evolution but more in command is the reptilian brain. And this one takes care of homeostasis, so keeping our temperature the same and keeping some uh, constants of the body the same, so we are alive. But it has another purpose, that is identifying risks or threats, because 200,000 years ago, a threat could mean death. Today, happily, most of us living in the modern world, even if the world is going crazy now these days, but still, death is not something that happen every day to any of us. We can live happily, but 200,000 years ago was a real possibility. So that's why this brain immediately, when you see someone, it identifies you as friend or foe. So depending on that, your behavior, the what you think about this person is going to be heavily influenced. So if you are in an interview, if you are in a first business meeting, even romantic meeting, whatever it is, yeah, you want to start high or you want to start low. That's super difficult to change. I think we all have this experience. Okay, first impressions last long. There are several sayings. At least in Spanish there is a saying, and I know in other countries the same. It's very, very difficult to change this first impression.
Yes, I totally agree. This is my PhD research, and I confirm. I say 7 seconds, but it's less than 7 seconds because we feel the energy from a far distance. That's how important it is, our limbic system, and that's why we are still alive. Yeah,
Exactly.
because yeah, yeah, indeed, Adolfo. Now, have you ever experienced a moment in your career, because you have also corporate career, where your nonverbal messages mattered more than what you actually said? For example, maybe in an interview, or maybe in a business negotiation, or maybe with a colleague of yours. Can you share a story, a short story from your own experience? Because people learn by stories, by sharing stories.
Definitely, definitely. I have many stories reading nonverbals, but when I think about my nonverbals impacting other person, it comes to my head something very related to what you have just said some minutes ago. It was March 2008, and I was getting out of the changing room in the gym that I was attending at the moment, and I was heading to the working room, to the workout room. And then I cross a woman, a beautiful woman coming out in the this direction. She was sweaty. It was a woman I met a few days before, and she was coming sweaty and tired and bit blue, so to say. Hey, Sonia, how you doing? Well, Adolfo, not so good. This is happening to me, and this is happening to me, and that. And then at some point I said, Sonia, what you need is a hug. And then I hugged her, and exactly in the same fashion you described before. And well, Sonia is now my wife, and we have two stupendous children of 10 and 11 years old. And she later told me, Adolfo, it was nothing you said, it was a hug. And
I'm so happy that you shared such a personal story, Adolfo, because people, they feel the energy that you are supporting them, and you don't judge them in the moment and you hug. For example, I'm very grateful for the story. When I don't have the when I not ha I don't feel it in my heart, I don't hug.
no, sure not. I believe you.
It's only when I feel it, because some people are putting like a shield. And sometimes in the beginning of my career, I was going very upfront to offer hugs,
Okay,
and they were like frozen because of the limbic system, because I
okay.
didn't know how to react. And after that, I said I will calibrate, and I see if I feel that the shield, I stop. But also sometimes I have the shield too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. It depends on the situation. We are not the same in every setting, in every moment in time. That's clear.
For example, if I have a difficulty, because if, for example, last week I had a lot of difficulties, many bad news with
Okay.
people that passed away, and I,
Oh,
I was very impressed about the tragedies in the families. I was not able to go and smile and hug
yeah.
people like I'm in a normal mood, And we need to announce people. Oh, I'm in a very not unusual situation, and I feel this. And if I'm not behaving like usual behavior, please excuse me, because I'm not in my best energy.
I love that. I love what you have just shared, Michaela, because this is super important in professional interactions. There is one thing we feel in certain way every moment in our life. We feel in certain way, and it could be this kind of feeling. Joe Navarro, that is a law friend of us. He talks in his books about comfort and discomfort. I have embraced this paradigm, and sometimes we are in a situation we have to give a pitch or we have to meet a customer or whatever, and we don't feel comfortable for whatever reason, because something has happened, because I don't know, a stressful situation, whatever it is. And what you do is super super clever, because if you don't announce to people, I'm now uncomfortable due to this, people always think in life in terms of themselves. So if they see you uncomfortable, they immediately assume that is because they make you uncomfortable or you are uncomfortable with them. So this that you do is really clever, and is really good advice for anyone in business or in public speaking or in sales. This is super. One first thing you have to do is to try to get yourself to a better state of mind to go to that meeting. That's clear. But sometimes there is not the time, there is not the possibility, it's super hard. Then the chance that you have is what you just did.
Yes, because we are human beings, and we cannot be the same energy or the same state of mind every second, because you just mentioned before that the people are going crazy around us. That's why. So
That's true. That's true.
a lot of negative stimuli, they come and they will come faster and faster. And even us as professionals, Adolfo, that we work a lot to stay well composed and emotionally balanced. But we are human beings. We cannot be perfect.
Exactly, exactly. We are humans after all, and we are emotional creatures.
Yes, yes. And I believe this emotional balance will make the difference in the next period. And in this regard, I want to refer now to you my last question for this intervention today, because you work with leadership. With you work with leaders like I work. You work in Spain with leaders. I work with leaders in Romania and in Europe. And I would like, from your experience, to share at least three nonverbal elements, let's say, because it's easier to remember three, that
Okay,
every leader in this hectic atmosphere that we are right now should master in what both call face-to-face interactions, in order to convey, to inspire the rest with trust and a nonverbal presence. That's why I ask you nonverbal elements, to convey this nonverbal presence that I share, I treasure a lot, and I'm sure you treasure as well.
okay. Let me think.
Yes, the
Uh,
most important three elements, non-verbals,
yeah,
that you also practice, because you are the best to inspire a leader. Yeah.
yeah. These days, I've been reading a book that is called Charisma Myth from Olivia Fox Caban. I have been reading it again because I wanted to make a post in my YouTube channel about it. And Olivia states three, no surprise here, states three elements of charisma, and I like it a lot. Uh, First one is presence, but not the appearance, but being present, being in the moment, being in the here and now. I think this is something we all have experienced. When someone is here but is looking at the phone, looking at the laptop, looking somewhere else, or you can see that he's in his own head because he's thinking about something else, even if he's here. It's huge contracts when you have someone that is really here and now and is really looking at you in the eye and is really drinking your words while you are saying them and is really observing you and observing the surroundings. So being here and now is powerful leadership trait. This is one, I would say. Then Olivia talks about charisma in terms of a continuum with two axes. One is power, the other one is warmth. And I like it. In both axes, non-verbals play a big part, play a really big part. There are many elements, but if I have to choose some, I would say that people that are in a position of power, that feel powerful in the moment, tend to occupy more space in the room. We see this also in nature, in the animals. And we have all seen a boss of us with both hands in the chairs. And even I remember one boss of mine putting the feet on the top of the table. So maybe that's too rude, but I think we all can recognize this. When someone is feels powerful in the moment, then he occupies a space. So what we definitely must do if we are a leader in a situation is not to get small. That would detract a lot of charisma and a lot of leadership from us. And on the other axis, the warmth, I would say universal signal of friendship is smile, but careful with it, because there is this false smile that we do in social context. And then let's take back our reptilian brain that we talked a few minutes ago. If our reptilian brain sees this false smile, then he's going to go to negative. So my advice to customers here is always, okay, if you are able to get yourself happy before you enter the room, then enter the room and big smile, say hello, and that's great. If you are not able to put yourself in a happy state before entering the room, you better go in a neutral face, that trying to fake this smile, because it's going to be bad for you. And last advice here, what I advise my customers to do is what professional athletes do, that is to to envision the future. If you are able to visualize the future, if you are able to visualize the meeting, what I personally do, I stop a few minutes before the meeting and I start visualizing the meeting going super well. Everything is going super well. What I say is very good. What they listen is very good. What they tell me is very good, and the meeting is very good. And then I visualize what I'm going to get after the meeting, because the meeting has been very good. So it's a new salary rise, or it's a new job, or it's a new contract. And then I put myself so happy for everything that I'm going to get after that. And then it's very easy for me to enter that meeting happy, because I feel happy. I have visualized that.
I totally agree with you, Adolfo. Now I want to wrap up our first interview because I'm sure that together we will make more interesting interactions, also face to face, but also online, because
Yes,
we know each other and we create this atmosphere of warmth and presence, because we are
absolutely.
very, very close connected in our professions. And I want to conclude with some summary. So people that will hear us will be more attentive to be present, to share their charisma, their energy, and to put themselves in a very creative state to envision their future as they want to happen in the real life. I just want to thank you and to be very, very honored. I'm very honored, Adolfo, that we shared these moments together,
My
because
pleasure.
I learned a lot also, exchanging information with a professional, very authentic professional like you. Thank you, and see you in another interaction soon, Adolfo.
Thank you, Mihaela.
Kisses, kisses.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.